Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, fellow travelers. Oblix here, back with you today from MC Eternal. How's everybody doing today? So guys, last time we worked on these here bees, and they are producing like a crazy. So we have gotten our commons. So we've been working on those drones. And then we just, I went ahead and started on the marshies, and we're just getting tons and tons of drones. So that's going very well, but I don't want to continue on with that today. You will see I've done a little work on the house here. Just kind of expanded it out a little bit because we're kind of running out of room on the inside, and I've done a ton of digging. I've been playing a lot offline. Just doing a ton of digging down there in the pits. We can go take a quick look. So as you can see down here, we have done quite a lot of work. Digging all of this stuff out, getting ready for our... Hello, I'm in a hole. Getting ready for our slime farms. Found a bunch of caves and stuff. And this side's even more so dug out. So remember, we have 1 chunk, 2 chunks, 3 chunks, and 4 chunks. So just making with the massive diggity. So back up here at the house, you can see I did extend this out just a little bit. These used to be freestanding columns supporting that terrace up there, and this used to be open space. We just kind of brought everything out. Push this wall out this way a little bit to give us a little bit more space. And I tell you, I'm getting a little tired of these crates. So I do think we want to do some work on storage today. But before we do that, I want to make a quick announcement. So on Sunday, September 27th of 2020, at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. You're going to have to do the calculations for when that works out in your time zone, but 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going to be streaming with you guys. So if you're interested in playing with me, I'm going to be playing the game Among Us. If you haven't seen it, it's a cute little game, and it's either 8 or 10 people, I can't remember which, can play together at the same time. And they're on like a space station, and they have to go around and fix problems. But 1 or 2 of those people could be imposters and are trying to destroy the mission. And some people get to play as, the regular people trying to fix stuff, and some people get to play as the imposters, and you have to figure out who the imposters are. It's a lot of fun. So I'm going to be playing with you guys this coming Sunday, the 27th of September, 2020, at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to play with me, you need to do a couple of things. 1, be on my Discord. If you're not on my Discord, you won't be able to play. Because all the information is going to go through the Discord, and we're going to be running the chat out of the Discord. So you must join the Discord. Links are in the down yonder. 2, you must have a microphone and some way to listen in, because we're going to be chatting together through the Discord. 3, obviously, you must have Discord. That's a given. 4, you don't mind being streamed, because I'm going to be streaming the event. So if you're interested in playing with me this Sunday, come on, get in the Discord and hang out with us. We're going to have some fun playing Among Us. Alright, so we need to do some storage, and I'm not going to go with the big final system, so we're not going AE2 or any of that stuff now. I don't even know if AE2 or refined storage is in this pack, whichever one. It's AE2, I think, because I do seem to remember a meteor over there. But, yeah, we're not going to be doing those yet. So we're going to do a kind of more basic storage system here early on, just to get us through. If only we had some place to put it. Because we're out of space. Oh, wait, we do. Haha, I have built some space. So we're going to put some storage down here. We're going to do it in a little different way than I've done it before. Try some new things. And by that, I mean we're going to use the Simple Storage Networks mod. One I haven't used on video before. It's a pretty cool little mod. It's very simplistic, and it can create a fairly powerful storage system. So we're going to need a few things to get started with. We're going to need the Storage Network Master and the Storage Request Table. So let's get those started. We're going to have to give up one of our diamonds. That means we're going to need some storage cable, slabs, and iron. we should be able to handle both of them there's. Let's grab us some doodly bobbers. And I don't know if I want to do quite that much. Tell you what, let's cut it in half to start with. That wasn't... Come on, game. Make to connect everything. There we go. Good gravy. Perfect. Alright. So we're going to start with these. We're going to do like that so. And then let's grab some iron. A boom and a bam. And that's going to make quite a bit of the storage cable, which is good. We're going to need quite a bit. So let's go ahead and get us a stack to start with. Now we're going to need some quartz and demoned. So there's a demoned. And quartz we got. No problemo. Boom and a bam. I don't know why I always move crafting tables. I just feel the need to move crafting tables. So there's our network storage master. Now to make a request table. Craft table, gold, and some more doodly floppers. So let's get some gold. And do we have craft bench in here? We do not. No problemo. We can zorp one up real quick. Consider it zorped. And perfectamundo. So now we've got cable, request table, and network master. And that's the main things we need. We are also going to need the, what is it, storage cable links. Yeah, this guy right here. So this is just a chest and cable. So chest, we have one. We're going to need more chests than that. So let's excellent. I love that recipe. It's amazing. Perfect. Let's do that many to start with. Excellentante. And 24 is probably not gonna be enough. First thing we should do is probably repair our pickaxe because it's taking a beating. And rip these guys out. So we're not going to be using those anymore. At least not in here for this purpose. We can go and put those away. We can go ahead and dump our quartz away. We can go and dump that away. Awesome. Let's get some sandstone in here. I think I have some sand over here. I'll cook it up. I do. Of course, I just put all my crafting tables away. Genius, I tell you. Straight genius. Boom, boom, boom. A boom, and boom, a boom. Perfect. Okay. We kind of need to figure out where I want this thing to be. Kind of want it to be right there. I may not leave it there long term, but let's go ahead and put it there for now, huh? And we're going to put the request table here. And this is going to be our interface to get to do things. Now, it's nothing right now. We can't use it right now because it doesn't have a master. Oh, yeah, I forgot I did a thing. It's a too thick floor. That's right. So I need to do that. Okay. So now we can take the master and put it there. And the request table, put it there. Perfect. Yeah, I've never tried them stacked on top of each other like that. I usually try them side by side, so we'll see if that works. It should, it should. Now we need to get some storage device. Let's just use these chests for the time being. Just to show you how it works. We're going to put a chest there. And we're going to run cable from here. You see how it connected to the master there. We're going to run it down the wall to right there. Then we're going to take storage cable link and connect it there, and you'll see it connects to the chest. If you screwed up and tried to put a cable here, you notice it does not connect. So that's your clue that, hey, you done goofed. So we need a storage cable link, like so. Now this chest is linked to that master up there. And we should, in theory, be able to come up here and access the chest. Perfect. So if I put these things in here, like so, you won't see them because it's right now it's tied to JEI, so whatever's written in JEI is going to be written in the search box here. I can change that by clicking this box and then removing all that text. Then you can see the items that were put into the chest. So if I put chest inside the chestception, I can put all this stuff in there. And what's happening is it's actually storing it all, ooh, hello, not out there, down here in this chest right here. How nice is that? So it takes your basic storage solutions that already exist and make them usable through a main interface right here. So now I can search for things in here, like if I want to just find chests, boom, type in chest and there they are. Or let's say I wanted to make some of these storage link cables, right? If I wanted to link this back to JEI, I could do storage link. And you see it's tied into JEI here, it's searched. If I had the resources inside of here to build it, I could click, and boom, which we did have the resources. So I could, boom, pull some more out. And you see we could even make more. So there we're up to 35, 39, boom, boom, boom. We can just keep on keeping. So it's pretty handy. Hit the X and you can empty out everything that's in there and put it back. If you do put something in here, like if I put 30 of those in here, notice it did pull them out of here. So that's something to pay attention to. That's confusing for some people. They actually exist inside this crafting grid. So we see 31 there and 30 in the crafting grid. If I go look down here, I'm only going to see the 31. So they're existing inside that block up there right now. So you won't be able to see them on the whole of the network. You're only going to see them inside that block. So don't leave things, the short answer is don't leave things in your crafting grid. Make sure you hit the X and clear your crafting grid out. Now those 61 will be back down here in the chest and will be available to the rest of the network. There we go. Excellent. So we got this. What I want to do is lay out some decent storage down here. We can use, obviously these chests we could use are these crates because they have massive storage. We can use storage drawers if we want, but I think I want to move everything into Java barrels because they hold just a lot more stuff than storage drawers do. And it's a lot cheaper to upgrade them when you need to upgrade them. And we can use these with this storage system, but there's a couple tricks we need to do. So if I want to make one of these, say, cobblestone, obviously we have a ton of that. So we're going to come down here, bring it down here. Plus the other thing I love with Java barrels is you can break them and move them easily. You can move drawers, but it's just a little bit more challenging. So we're going to go into, well, we'll just get it out of the chest here. Boom, like so. And we're going to add another storage link cable to the back of our Java barrel. Now the Java barrel is connected to the network. We can go see all that cobblestone up here, like so. 56k worth of cobblestone sitting there in the system, ready to rock. I gotta get used to, you gotta hit escape to get out of here, not E. That's just something I gotta get used to. But we want only cobblestone to go into this Java barrel. We don't want anything else to go in there. So the way we're going to do that is right click on the storage link cable like it does so, and we're going to whitelist cobblestone. And we really don't care about metadata, and we want to make sure it's set to input and output, so it can push cobblestone in and take cobblestone out, and that will make this our cobblestone chest. We want to up the priority. Now, in this particular mod, to up the priority, you want to down the number. Very confusing, I know. I wish it was the other way around, but it's not. So if you want it to have a higher priority, it needs to have a lower number. How do you get a lower number than 0, which is what it's currently set to? Negative numbers. So if we set this to -1, this guy now has priority. So if I pull some cobblestone out, what we want to see is no cobblestone goes in this chest. So we're going to run up here, and we want to put cobblestone in the system by just shift clicking it in. By the way, if you hold shift, you can see the actual number of items in there. See, it's 55,564. If I let go of shift, it just 56k. It just rounds up for us. So we don't want to see any in that chesticle. We want it all to be in that Java barrel, which it did. If I did not have this set, if I pull this, set this back to blacklist, and put that back to 1, what's going to happen is it's going to decide where to stick the stuff. And I believe it usually picks the closest one that has space. Yep. See right here? You'd put the cobblestone in here instead of in here. Even though this is the cobblestone's the only thing that can go in this Java barrel, the system's like, nah, I've got a place closer I can stick it, so I'm going to stick it there. So if you're using the Java barrels, it's a good idea to go ahead and whitelist the items and up the priority. That way they end up going into the right place. So let me spend a little bit of time down here kind of building this out a little bit. What we're going to do is just stick a whole bunch of these across like it does so. And we're going to bring in a whole bunch of barrels. I maybe want to move this out one more block. That's going to line up with our lanterns, which I'm not a fan of. But I may want to, I kind of want to leave a maintenance corridor back there. I kind of have an idea for what I can do. It's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So let me get a bunch of Java barrels. Let me place them down. Let's start moving the stuff from up here down there. Getting our filter set. I want to move all those barrels and these barrels down there. I'm going to start working on moving these items as well, and I'll bring you back. Alright, so as you can see, I've moved a bunch of Java barrels down here and loaded them up. And then did, of course, go ahead and set the configuration to limit what goes into them. So like this one here is holding string. So we've got it whitelisted and promoted. And just removing the metadata tag. It's not necessary for most of these. Now there are 3 different variants of marble in this pack for whatever reason. So you got Astral Sorcery, Quark, and Chisel all have their own marble. So I went ahead and made one for each one. I could have used the Chisel and converted them all into the same thing. But it's just easier when you're, out mining and you bring home a bunch of stuff to just dump it in there and let it filter to the right place. I do want to clean these up a little bit. I don't like seeing through them, so I want to change the shape and the color. And then I have started moving some of these actually edition crates down here as well. So I'll show you how I'm moving everything, at least from the crates anyway. It's super easy. You just break one, open up the grid here, and just dump everything in. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Because again, we don't care which crate it winds up in downstairs. In fact, let's go ahead and pull these 3 crates out because we can search for everything. So we don't really care where it ends up downstairs. We just care that it ends up downstairs. So I'm not making any changes to these configurations. I'm leaving all these guys wide open so it can store whatever it wants, wherever it wants. I did move us a request table down here as well. All I did to do that is just bring a cable around the side and up right here. So this guy can access our whole system. So we can get it from down here or up there, which is super handy. And then as we grow, I'll just add more Java barrels and add more crates. You know, but as you can see, we got empty, empty, mostly empty, empty. We have tons of space. Tons of space. So it is not an issue. And in fact, I think there's probably even another couple crates in here now. Yep. So we can go ahead and just pop those in like so. Perfect. Now we got tons and tons of storage space. Looking clean, looking clean. I do want to fix these guys up. Now in order to do that, if I spell right, let's see, Java barrels. We want to make a hammer and a painter. So the hammer is just iron. And in fact, you know what? I've got some more ore up here that I forgot to bring down. And I'm not going to move these. This is trees that I don't have the 3 pieces of to make a new tree for the orchard. So I need to go find these guys. This is, I don't remember what the heck this is. We can go ahead and, I don't know why I had those sorted out. This is tools, so we're going to leave those separated out. And I've been doing some mining, so we've got some mineable stuff down here. So we'll just pop all this in here like so. Love it, love it, love it. And let's go ahead. We're going to make a hammer, which I might actually already have. I don't remember. And we'll make a brush and clear out our grid. Perfect. So hammer, we're going to shift right click and we can choose the shape we want our barrels to look. We can have them look like flat panel covers, a little bit thicker panel covers. So I can come in here and go boop and see how they turn into much thinner, which is kind of nice, not going to lie. You know, they still hold the same amount of stuff. You know, this cobblestone one that has, oops, nope, that's cobblestone, has 55,000. You know, I can boop it and it gets very tiny, but guess what? It still has the same amount. So see, there's the 55,000. So we can go super thin if we want, which again, also kind of nice. And I like these because they connect. They don't show behind. We can go with kind of a crate look if you want it to look more cratey, have a little texture to it, which I do kind of like. And then we can use our painter to change the color. And I do think I want to go something white, obviously because of the room we're in. So we could do quartz. Ooh, molten quartz. We can make it look like it's moving. Have a whole wall of moving, or we can do the whole. I like how these stick back into the wall, but I like how these have the edge around them. You know, I don't like them sticking out as far as they do, but I like that they have that. Is there a happy medium? No, there's not. I do like that one has the frame on the item. This one's going to have a frame around the whole thing. I think I'm just going to have to play around and see what I like the best. Alright, so we got our setup in here. I went ahead and went with the full-size blocks only because it matches up with the storage crates up here. And went with the white because it matches the walls. And I think that looks pretty good. Got everything moved in. And you can see it's starting, to move things into our crates, which is awesome. Now, one more thing I want to do is set up this guy. You know, this little setup right here is our auto smelter. We can take an ore, put it up here, you know, when we go mining, and it'll come down and it'll crush it into the powder. So one ore will give us 2 powder. The 2 powder will come in here and it'll cook it into ingots. Then this guy will pull the ingots out and shove them all down here. I was cooking up some bread earlier. I have done a little bit of mining to gather these ores, but I have not dealt with them yet because I want to move this setup downstairs and make it automatic. So let's go ahead and grab the pieces parts. And like I said, for the time being, I'm just going to shove it in the wall over here. Probably like right there. I think that will work just fine. So we need to get from here to there. So that we can run our cable. We do have to bring this cable around. There we go. And in fact, let's just give me a little bit of room to work. So we're just going to bring this over like this, so. Make sure those connect. Make sure those connect, and we're going to leave that blank because we're going to need some new things. We need an import cable, which means we need a hopper. So we'll do that. Do that. That gives us 4. And then we need an export cable, which requires a piston. So let's get that export cable done. That gives us 4. We only need 1. Oh, nope, we're gonna need 2. We gonna need 2. So I got just the brain damage, which means we're gonna need to poke another hole there. Perfect. Awesome possum. So we're gonna put this here. We're going to put the Crucificator 9000 right there. We're going to put the Smeltificator 8007 right there. Clear those out. We're going to import up here. It really doesn't matter. And we're going to export from down here. Excellent. Now we need to get some more cable, and that's not going to be enough cable. Oh, yes, it will. Perfect. Now those are bridged. The cable does have to connect to both the imports and the exports. We're also going to need power over here. So do we have any wireless? Yes. Excellent. So all we can do is we could just slap it on the ground right there. Boom. These guys should be juicing. They are juiced. So now we just have to deal with settings. So this is our crusher. And we want to import. So we're looking at the importer. We're going to right click it. And we want to set a whitelist for each of these ores. So we're going to set an iron. Let's put these in some kind of realistic order here. There we go. So gold, lead. The only thing I haven't found, I went mining in between the 2 clips here. And the only thing I didn't find just readily was copper, because copper is a pain to find in this pack. So we'll have to come add that in a later time. So what this is going to do is it's going to... I got these backwards. Dang it. I want them the other way around. It is export and import in relation to the network, not in relation to the machine. And I always confuse that in my brain place. So we want to export from the network into the machine. So we want to export any iron ore. So if there was any in the system, there was. It pulled all the iron ore in the system. Wow, we had a lot. And it is going to put it in this machine and try to process it. And then we want to do any gold, any lead, any silver, iridium, tin, platinum, or nickel. So any of those we want to pull out of the system and export into this machine. And I'm going to go ahead and pull these out because I don't want it sitting here processing all day. Then we're going to take this pulverized iron right here, like it so. And we need to pulverize one of everything. Alright, processed at least one of every ore. So now we want the system to pull those processed ores back into itself. So we want to whitelist iron. So you can either whitelist the powders or you can blacklist the ores. Either way will work fine. So we're just going to do the powders. Since we already made them up, really wasn't necessary. I said we could have done a blacklist on the ores, but I like doing it this way because it just kind of reminds me of what, when I open this up, I'm like, oh, this is what it's looking for. I don't have to, see an ore and go, was it looking for an ore? And my brain gets all hurt and trying to think of things. So, that will help. So now, if we process an iron, we'll see it get sucked out and pulled back into the storage system. So if we ran over here, we should see, if we look up iron, 2 iron powder. Perfect. So now we want to come over to this machine, and we're looking at our exporter because we're exporting from the storage network. And we want to export the powders. So if I put iron powder, you see it got exported into here. We're going to do split, so it'll process quicker. Perfect. And we're going to do the gold, the lead, the silver, iridium, tin, platinum, and nickel. And beauty of this system, I can come in and add whatever I want later. And once we find some copper, I can come in and pop that in. If we get anything else, I can just come pop that in as well. So now we're getting this in. What I need to do now is tell it to pull out these iron ore. Now again, I could come down here and do a blacklist on what has been pulverized, which is fine, but it's better for me just to, like I said, in my brain place, just make my life easier if I put the finished product down here. So if I just put a piece of iron right there, it just helps my brain be happy. So if we now take these 6 iron, just drop them in, it'll cook them 2 at a time, and you'll see those get pulled out and put back in the system. So is it the fastest solution in the world? No, not at all. Does it work? Oh yeah. So if I came in here and just dropped all this iron ore, like you would if you'd just been on a mining trip, guess what? It's all getting shoved in here. It's all getting crushed. And then once we see some get crushed, there we go. We see it get sent over here to be cooked. Just like we had upstairs, only we don't have to load them in a chest and then pull them out of the chest. It's going to handle, the system's going to handle all that for us, which is super cool. So what I got to do is now cook up these and apply them to the system as well. Yeah, you see we got an alternative ore here. When we crushed a piece of iron, we got a little bit of gold. So that's great. We can come over here. This will handle the alternative metals as well. Now it's going to suck that gold in. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and pull these out again. So we'll finish off and we can go ahead and cook up the rest of the stuff. Alright, so I got all those cooked up. Now I just want to apply them to the filter. So we'll get our lead, our silver, the iridium, the tin. Well, come on. Platinum. And the nickel. Awesome sauce. So now we just come over to our system here. Take all this ore, the powder, and oops, if I hold the right keys, and just shove everything in the system. Then it's going to start working to process all these. Now gold was probably the first one I put in, so that it's the first one it saw. But it will eventually process through all of them. There we go. I did have to set meta on this one to get it to pull the gold out. So there we go. It's pulling the gold ore, or the gold powder, pulverized gold, whatever you want to call it, and turning it into ingots and then sucking it back into the system. So if we come over here and do a search on gold, there we go. We just saw it tick up. It's at 175, 176, 177. Awesome. So we can go do all our mining, bring our cobble and everything, just shove it into one of these little deals. It will put it in place. Now it is temporarily putting those things in these chests. Lord knows which one. You have to hunt through to find them. But we really don't care because we have a nice way to get to them. You know, through the interface. So here's some gold. You know, it is a little messy up in these crates for sure. But, you know, we really don't care because the system's going to go find all the good stuff. So it looks like it's doing quite a bit here. And it will temporarily store the powder in here until it can get it in here. But it's coming out almost as fast as it's being put in. And of course I could expand this out. I could put in faster machines, of course, or I can add more machines along the wall. That's fine too. Either way, system doesn't care. Alright, I do think that's going to do it for this episode. So I do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me as always. And I just want to remind you again, don't forget to come play Among Us with me on Sunday, 1 p.m. CST. Make sure you're in my Discord. And till next time, you guys get out there, make some noise. See ya.